Okay, can we start now? Assalamualaikum everyone. How are you today? I hope you all in good health. You are with me today, Cik Mak Farhan bin Cik Shaimi as MC for this presentation. Before we start our presentation, I want to introduce to all my group members for this presentation. First, my friend is Muhammad Hafiz bin Hariri,
Hi, my name is HAFIZ. Hello everyone.
and then Muhammad AFIQZUBAIR,
Hi and Assalamualaikum. My name is AFIQZUBAIR.
and then Muhammad IQBAL.
Hi, my name is Muhammad Iqbal.
Last, Muhammad IZAMMUDIN.
Hello and Assalamualaikum. My name is Muhammad IZAMMUDin bin AZHAR.
Alright, today we have a very important topic to discuss with you about the negative impact of COVID-19 on society in Malaysia. The COVID-19 The COVID-19 pandemic in Malaysia is a part of the ongoing worldwide pandemic of coronavirus disease. The medical response, the preparedness to the outbreak in Malaysia are overseen by Director General of Health Dr. Nur Hisham Abdullah under the Health Minister of two successive governments. The first case in Malaysia were confirmed among travelers from China in Johor via Singapore on 25 January 2020. After a year, this pandemic virus COVID-19 still exists in our country, and nowadays, the daily active case report more than 6,000 daily. That case report daily increase due this pandemic and is worrying all citizens. Thus, for the countermeasure for this issue, government with advice, Minister of National Security, lockdown or movement control order (MCO) had been issued through the phase since the start of this pandemic case to avoid uncontrollable curb infection. However, this action is to prevent curb infection that is still have negative impact through every layer of society. It is true that there is a negative impact of COVID-19 on society. This sound big, but I agree to this statement. Next, I will give to my friend Muhammad Iqbal.
Thank you, Cik Muhammad Farhan. So I will continue. It is very clear that any society with high social disparities is likely to face the most negative effect. The negative impact towards the family, communities, nation, regions, and the world push them backward in any sector or socio-economic and political spheres. Several elements which cause negative impact can be identified as illnesses or COVID-19, pandemic situation, deaths, social distancing, curfew, and the lockdown of the entire functional mechanism of single society. The pandemic situation has spread as a global pandemic disease, which cause is creating fear, stigma, stress, minimizing social networks. Health and medical systems, especially biomedical system, have taken their maximum efforts, but the healthcare system itself is affected due to various conditions in nature. Thus, there are many deaths reported through the biomedical system has made an enormous effort. High rate of deaths due to various illnesses or complication of disease occurring amongst the patient, especially the elderly who are affected by COVID-19. Possible social conflict or conflict of interest in the subsystem, and this may lead towards the social system. Some institution or organization may not possess sufficient capacities to fund remedial solution to fill the gaps and issues. There are many people who are losing their jobs and incomes in the formal or informal sectors in society. Not only that, certain social classes may display their egoistic ideologies at the time of accumulating primary or essential goods and service. This may cause some negative attitudes among other social classes by creating conflict of interest. So next, I will give to Muhammad Hafiz to continue this forum.
Thank you, IQBAL, for the explanation. Next, I'll discuss about the negative impact COVID-19 on society today. The another reason about the negative impact COVID-19 on society today is economic results affected on society. This is because the coronavirus pandemic began spreading across the world just over a year ago. It did not spare any community or society. COVID-19 rapidly caused devastating economic impact on society, such as income loss, business impact, and no job opportunities. Most of people in this country have lost their source of income, were laid off, business had to close down indirectly, giving a harsh negative impact to the economy of the country due to spread of COVID-19 around the world. For the example, society that depend on source of income, such as a business, lost income when the government forced them to close business premise. Factory workers are mostly laid off, and new graduate want to find employment opportunity also have a negative impact on them because there are no employment opportunity due to COVID-19 today. In addition to the adverse effect of COVID-19 on society, people will change their spending behavior during the spread COVID-19, mainly due to declining household income and finance, as well as the fears and panic that accompany this epidemic. So the government and the community must also play a role and work together in tackling COVID-19 transmission. The government also want to play a role in solving the people problem, such as giving them health assistance, food, daily ordinations, such as money, according to the correct system or platform to alleviate the burden and problem of society in this country. Next, I will give to Muhammad Afiq to explain.
Thank you, my friend Muhammad Hafiz. Okay, the third negative impact of COVID-19 on society is formal education cannot be continued. If the formal education cannot be continued because an increase in virus of COVID-19 and all sector of education are closed. For example, student need to study online. Student need to continue learning online, and most important problem is student doesn't have internet access to study online. Negative impact of online learning are seen in the technicality of the actual use of it. This impact include how technology is not always efficient. It is harder for students to grasp concept being tough. Online learning can cause social isolation and can cause students to not de- develop develop needed communication skill. Online school online school negative implication can easily be fixed through student coming physically to school. Technology is not always efficient and can cause major disruption to class. Online learning required students to have high-speed internet at their home, which can cause complication in it is not available. For example, smartphone, laptop, and Wi-Fi. Government must think of a solution to this problem. Among them is providing assistance such as smartphone and laptop for free. And government should think and plan user data security risk, face-to-face classes, and online learning capabilities, and find effective online learning media and expectation. That's all from me. I will give to my friend Muhammad IZAMMUDIN.
Thank you, my friend Muhammad AFIQZUBAIR. So, for the conclusion is overall is it true that there is negative impact of COVID-19 on society. Yes, I am agree too with this statement. Like you can see, any society with high social disparities is likely to face the most negative effect. Economic resources affected on society and formal education cannot be continued are the cause of its occurring negative impact of COVID-19 on society in Malaysia. These three reasons play a hub role in our society. For the suggestion, we suggest to the government to focus more on helping the people in this COVID-19 problem regardless of the community. Among them is donating a little food from house to house or providing a food bank to further facilitate the life of those affected, such as being fired, not work without pay and others. In addition, as we know, this time COVID-19 has happened a lot of online classroom in school. So to have the student effect by this negative impact is to provide mobile phone, tablet and laptop to families who cannot afford this classroom online equipment. Finally, the government must also find the best way for economic option in the country as a result of this negative effect of COVID-19, such as relation between others country with Malaysia, not closing all existing factories and other else. So I hope my suggestion and recommendation can help the government more for this problem and can help the community in Malaysia. And for the last, thank you because have us because have time with us. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you very much for everyone. That's all from us.